Om Shanti. Hello everyone. Good afternoon, good evening to all the participants joined across the globe. Welcome to today's online webinar. And today we are having a very wonderful topic, breaking free from life's Groundhog Day, transforming patterns.
Om Shanti, very low voice.
Okay. And now?
Okay, better.
Okay. Thank you, brother. So today we are having very beautiful topic that is breaking free from life's Groundhog Day, transforming patterns. And today's speaker is God's angel, Sister BK Ananya from Australia. Welcome, sister. So let me introduce first about the Brahma Kumaris. For those who have joined for the first time, this webinar organized by the IT wing of Brahma Kumaris. So Prajapita Brahma Kumari Godly University, established on 1936. So there are 20 different wings providing the godly service in different sectors. So out of 20 wings, one of the wing is IT wing, Raja Yoga Education and Research Foundation, sister organization of Brahma Kumaris, which provides service in different sectors of society. Mainly IT wing provide the service for the IT professionals and bring the internal transformation in the professionals so that they transform themselves spiritually from human doing to human being. And till date, more than thousands of online webinars we have conducted, during this COVID period. And many organizations like IBM, TCS, Microsoft, Google, many more MNCs got benefited from these services. So to know more about Brahma Kumaris, you can browse www.brahmakumaris.com. Also, you can explore bkitwing.org. So today's topic, like break free from life's Groundhog Day, cycles of monotony, unpleasantness, and repetition. The Groundhog effect is the force that keeps people feeling stuck and powerless to change. So only by breaking free of this loop-like effect, we can liberate ourselves to enjoy healthy habits, relationships, and careers. So in this session, we will discover the practical strategies for transforming repetitive patterns into positive outcomes, and how to set the false identities that that fuel these cycles. And we'll understand on breaking out of destructive, repetitive behavior patterns and taking time to establish personal priorities that will provide health, security, and the well-being. So in this session, you'll know like how to change one's inner self to see the beauty in the world. So let me introduce Sister BK Ananya. She is associated with Brahma Kumaris since 2015. And she is environmental science. She did BSc in environmental science and sustainability. She provides spiritual service in Australia currently, and she is doing service in Australia from last 7 years. She conducted many conferences, seminars across the globe, and she helped many students to achieve their spiritual goals with her calming and assuring voice through the meditation commentaries. So welcome, Sister Ananya, today's seminar. And I would request all the participants to switch on their videos so that it will be an interactive session and you will enjoy the session. So over to you, sister. Thank you. It's not audible, sister. Mic test, please.
Yeah. Is it any better now, or
Yeah, it's a bit slow.
yeah, is it a bit low?
Yeah.
Okay. I assume it will get better with, as we start speaking.
Okay,
Let's
sure.
see. Let's see for next 2 minutes. Otherwise, we'll see what we can do. And very nice to be part of the gathering. Pitaba Sabhai and Swapna Ben, have been part of the IT wing, and we have this fortune of having these very wonderful sessions online, exploring different subjects. So we have got this nice opportunity today, and we will see how the patterns that we are constantly stuck with, and every life story, every life story that's going on right now, is made up of many situations. And we can see that every life story, like all the names that we see here, are all individual life stories. So each story, if you observe, has some sort of patterns in it. And we have the option to break away all the negative patterns that we see in the stories, our personal stories. And so we just want to explore in the world outside. There is not much emphasis on seeing these patterns, observing these patterns, and breaking free from them. Although it's a very important subject, if we introduce this in schools and colleges, I think, we will have a beautiful, world family where everyone will have the right tools and a solution to wherever they feel stuck. But right now we have this opportunity, so we'll make the most of it. And we will see everything from the spiritual point of view. And this session will be, taking things from a different perspective, going a little bit deeper into these aspects. So let's start with some meditation. We can, what we'll do here is we'll create some time to free ourselves. I think, today is a Saturday and everyone has had a long day here. We had a very nice festival going on, Easter. So we have 4 days of holiday. And so let's just take some time to reflect. We just follow these words and try to go with the words. In this very first second, we bring to our awareness that everything that has happened till this moment till this very second is all in the past. However things have been, however situations have been, people, till this very second, everything that has happened is all in the past. we completely bring to our awareness that we cannot change the past, and it is very liberating to know that we cannot change the past, and all we have is the present moment. Present is a wonderful gift. And from here, with this awareness, with this attitude of every present moment being a gift, we can start to experience magic in our life. We let go of the past, and this very present moment becomes a gift. And now I can completely enjoy this present moment and naturally, without any effort, create a beautiful future. I give myself the permission to see everything with a new perspective, with a new lens, and I allow myself to have highest quality of experiences. Thank you so much. And now we will start with our exploration on this subject, breaking free from life's Groundhog Day. So within this spiritual model that we keep in our attention, the spiritual model, which means that we see everything from the truth, the model of truth. And what we understand here is that we are all here, on this world stage or in this physical world for a certain period of time, right? Is there anyone who would say that we are permanent residents here? Is there anyone who would, who feels that we are all a permanent here? Anyone? Are we all aware that we have, we are here for a certain time? Yes? Yeah, so we're all aware that we are here for a certain time, which means that we have an entry in this physical world, and then we have an exit. So this is not a philosophy, or this is not something very serious, but when we keep in our mind these simple facts of life, everything else becomes very simple, and we realize that nothing has to be complicated. So this is a very basic fact of life, that we all have an entry here and we all have an exit. And in between that entry and exit, we have a role to play. We can call it a role, we can call it a story, we can call it a part. So we're all actors here, like Shakespeare said, we all know it, and many different writers, poets, spiritual studies mention that we are all actors here, and we are playing different roles, different parts. So now when we step back a little bit and we see that I have got, the actor, the light, we will say that all the actors here are, very tiny point of lights. So all the actors are invisible. No, they are not visible. What you are seeing right now is the part, is the role, no? And what you cannot see right now is the actor. And so all the actors are invisible, and all the actors are very tiny point of lights. They are subtle beings, beings of vibration. And so each actor has got a role and a part to play. And we will see an image here. This is a stage, and we have two roles here. We have an elephant, and we have a camel. And so there are two friends, so there is Sonal and there is Sanam. So Sanam is playing the part of an elephant and Sonal is playing the part of a camel. So they're both very much aware that, I'm Sonal, I have a family, I have a brother, I have parents, I have friends, we have a lifestyle, we have a place to live. And so for a certain time, for a limited time, I am playing the role of camel. Yes. And Sanam is also very clear that I have a home, I have a family, and for some time I get to play this role of an elephant. And so they both wear their costumes and come on the stage. And camel has some comments to make for the elephant. Camel is talking about how big the belly of the elephant is. Elephant makes some jokes about a camel's hump, and it's all going well, because Sonal and Sanam are aware that this is part of the role. This is part of the world stage. This is just part of the play, the drama going on. But slowly over time, Sonal starts to get confused, and she starts to think that I am the camel. And so now, as per the script of the elephant says, what a funny looking tail, what a funny looking skin color. And so now Sonam is feeling very upset, very hurt that you are saying this to me. So now this aspect of this is me is coming. Yeah. So as soon as the actor starts to forget his original identity, Sonal is forgetting her true identity, her true family, her true identity. Then she starts to take everything at the level of camel as hers, takes it personally. So someone can say anything to the camel, and instantly, Sonal can feel very hurt, very offended, and very disappointed. And so what we see here is a very important thing, that absolutely 100%, 100% of sorrow, 100% of the hurt that I experience is because of only one confusion. When I start to confuse myself with the temporary role that is going on, the temporary part. And so whenever the actor starts to think of himself, believes himself to be the role. So Sanam starts to believe that he is the elephant. So the word belief, has the letters L-I-E in it. So based on a lie. Belief means it is based on a lie. It is based on something that is not factual, that is not true. So as soon as the actor starts to believe that he is this role, he is this small role, and the role has a starting and end. Yeah, role has a very definite, the elephant has an entry point, the elephant has um, a certain duration, one day the elephant will end. Hmm? And so Sanam would leave the costume of elephant and he would go back home. So the role is over and he returns to his family and his home. So what we see here is a big difference. The actor is separate and the role is separate. And so at any given time, when we start to believe that I am this visible, this physical role, that is going on, this story that I'm going on, what happens is that very slowly we start to create, on the basis of those beliefs, we start to create identities. The true self, the true identity that I am this invisible actor starts to fade away, and new identities on the basis of I am an elephant, they start to, take birth. So if I believe myself to be the elephant, so someone says something very good about me, so I will, think of myself as that. So very slowly and very gradually, we start to base our self-respect, on the basis of the elephant. I start to give myself value on the basis of how the elephant walks, how the elephant talks, everything on the basis of the role. And so if someone criticizes the elephant, it immediately implies that they are criticizing me, because I've deeply identified with it. And so with these attachments, what we can see is that there will be a pattern in all of our stories, that keeps repeating again and again. There will be some situations that keep popping up again and again. And so today we will understand the meaning of those repeating situations. Like there can be a relationship, in which, every time same sort of, things happen and there is the same sort of hurt or sorrow that I feel. Or there can be many different relationships, but in all the relationships, I experience the same thing. I experience after a certain time that nobody takes me seriously. After a certain time, I feel that everybody takes me for granted. So there is a similar, pattern, and there is a similar thought pattern as well. So there is a similar outer pattern and also a similar thought pattern that is going on. Both things are happening together. And we will see the basis of these patterns, because we want to get out of these repeating negative patterns, these repeating hurtful patterns. Yeah, so is everything clear till here? Do we have any comments, um, any comments, any reflection? Is it all clear? Yeah.
I would request participants to put their comments in chat box if they have any. Thank you.
Yeah. It's very nice. Thank you. Yeah, so we see some comments. And so now what we are going to explore is that the 24/7, the nature around us. Some people call it the universe, some people call it nature. We can give any name to it, but 24/7, this physical world stage. This physical world stage is our friend. So nature is our friend, the universe is our friend, the physical world stage is our friend. Our friend means the friend of the invisible actor. So it's a friend. And how do we understand that it is a friend? Nature is a friend of the invisible actor. Nature is the friend of, in this case, not the camel, but the actor behind the camel. Yeah, so in this case, Sonal. No, but Sonal is a person. We're not talking about, humans here. We are talking about the spiritual beings, the invisible beings here. So what we see that we all have free will. We are free to make our choices. We are free to decide something. We are free to eat anything. We are free to, sit in any way, make our body sit in any way. We are free to sleep at any time. So we have this free will. Yeah. And so what nature does, one of the, like we have many, many laws in this physical world, Can you name any of the laws in the physical world? Any law that you know of in the physical world? Hmm? Yeah. Any law anyone knows of? Law of thermodynamics, law of karma. Yeah. Any other law? Hmm. I think is everyone able to put their comments in the chat to everyone? I can see that the messages are coming to as a direct message.
Okay.
Is it possible, Swapnagar?
Yeah, we'll enable.
Yeah. Best to put it on, best to put it on so everyone can see. So there's law of motion, there's law of thermodynamics, there's law of gravitation. So there are many, many laws that we see. And so one such law is that, you know, um, every time that, there is a free will, we have free will to do something, nature will balance it out somewhere. So if you have the free will to sleep at any time, you have the free will to eat anything you want. So what nature will do is nature will balance this free will by pain mechanism. So anytime one person is, eating too much or eating something unhealthy, constantly day after, day in and day out, what happens is that there will be physical pain. There will be, there can be food poisoning, there can be any health issue. So wherever we have free will to do whatever we want, so nature balances it out by a pain mechanism. And so we are free to do, we are free to sleep at any time, but day in and day out, if somebody is not taking a good sleep, they're only sleeping for 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, or sleeping too much, sleeping 8 hours, 12 hours, or more than that every day, then somewhere nature will give us a message, through pain. Nature will give us a message through pain that you are out of alignment. You're out of alignment. So we see here in this image that we have the free will to sit in any position we like. Yes. But when we are not sitting in proper position, in the right position, somebody is sitting like, not in a very good posture, then what happens is after a time, there will be back pain, there will be, headaches, there will be neck pain after certain time. So nature gives us a message through pain that you are in the wrong posture. You are doing something wrong, something wrong here. And to check if I'm doing something wrong here, then there is a message of pain. So through pain, nature is such a friend that through pain, it reminds us that something is, major, something is wrong here. Something is not right. So it gives us a message constantly that please, come into the right posture. So till you correct your posture, till you get a, very nice stance, till then nature will keep giving us a message. Many people have a very sedentary lifestyle these days. And so nature gives them message through physical pain, through physical illness, to have a better lifestyle, to have a healthy lifestyle. Yes, and it will keep giving the message till you don't correct your posture, till we don't correct our posture. So this is about physical pain. What we discussed here is about physical pain. If you eat something wrong, you eat something unhealthy, then there is instant reactions in the stomach. There's some sort of, um, you know, some people may have, stomach ache, some people may have headache. And so this is a pain message that you haven't eaten right. Yeah. And so we discussed about physical pain. We're also discussing about food habits. And now let us see any sort of emotional pain, any sort of pain in relationships. Yeah. What does that show us? If there is any sort of emotional pain, hurt, disappointment, stress, anger, anxiety, these are all pain messages. These are all pain messages that the actor is spiritually out of alignment. The actor is not seated in the right posture. And here, the right posture is that the actor remembers and the actor is aware that I am an actor and I am not this camel or elephant. Camel and elephant is just a role, and I am not camel or elephant. I am the actor. And so this is the right spiritual posture. Anytime we are out of this spiritual posture, anytime we are out of this spiritual awareness or seat, then there will be emotional pain. This emotional pain can come through relationships. This emotional pain can come through, mental problems, sleep issues as well. Yeah, it can come through desperation, depression, anxiety. So all of these, emotional pain is a message that spiritually my position, my identity is not right. It is based on something temporary. So now we can see from wherever, you can pick one area in your life, to observe here that where internally I feel the most hurt. It can be at my workplace, it can be with my family, in any of the relationships, or it can be any other relationship outside of family, friends, somewhere. So we can observe, when do I feel emotional hurt, emotional pain? Which are those relationships, which are those areas where I really feel emotionally hurt? And so this is the time to reflect that wherever I feel that emotional pain and emotional hurt, there is a hidden identity. There is a very strong identity behind that pain, that I am something temporary. So if I base my identity that I am a manager, so this is a good checking point if we are actually understanding and grasping this subject. So if I base my identity that I am a very good manager, I am a manager of this company, and since I've come, there has been constant progress, there has been constant success. So I am a very good manager. That's my basis. That's my basis of giving myself value. That is my self-worth. That I am a very good manager. Even when I'm sitting at home, I am in that, constant awareness that nobody is better than me. I'm the best manager. So how do you think nature will give me a message that spiritually my identity is not right? It is based on something that is temporary. It is based on something that is, part of the physical world. What will be the pain message? What will be the message that I will get if I have this very strong identity, that I am a very good manager? Yeah. So we're looking at the replies everyone's thinking. If we have this, it's not difficult to say if you think about it. Okay, if somebody has an identity based on a relationship, yeah, that I am the son of so and so, my father is so great, my father is so rich, he's the best politician, my father helps everyone, my father does, does this, and he's like this, and he's like that, he has this car, and I am the son of so and so. So I have this identity. The actor has the identity based on a temporary role, that I am the son of this person. So what will nature give me a message here? The fact is that I am an actor. Yeah, I am not the son of so and so. The fact is that I'm not a manager. The actor is an actor. He has got the role of a manager. But if the actor is constantly living in this awareness that I am a manager, I'm senior, for 25 years, I've been doing this job, I'm very senior. So what will be the message of nature? Somebody will say that you are not a good manager. Yeah, that's a good start. Somebody can say that, you're not a good manager, and I will feel very hurt. Somebody can insult me in front of my employees, and say what kind of a manager you are. That's one thing. So that is one pain message. That's one message. Somebody will say you're not a good manager. Yeah, that is one message. But I ignore it. I ignore it, and I still keep living in this belief. I still keep playing out this belief in my life that I am a manager. I am a, yeah, anything. I am a boss of this company. What will happen? Team member not listening to me. Yeah, first let's talk about this, and then we'll talk about dual life. First, let's address the topic that's going on. One day you will get fired. Yeah. So whenever I identify myself very deeply with something, what happens is messages keep coming. Messages keep coming. Somebody can criticize the role. Someone can say something negative, about that role. And then one day, if I still keep holding on, clinging on to that identity that I am this manager, I am this manager, the company may shut down, and I may have to leave my job. Overnight, the company is shut down, and I have to leave this position. And so I have to live, knowing that I'm not a manager anymore. Yes. So on this world stage, we, nature is constantly providing us with best props. It has given us the best role. And so the role is there, the best props are there, everything best is available to us. But once I start to claim that this role is mine, and I am this, and this prop is mine, I am this, this relationship is mine, this position is mine. Once I start to claim, so the actor has now forgotten that this is just a role. And so the actor is now becoming unconscious, and he's becoming more and more role conscious. And so anytime I start to become role conscious, we will observe a very distinct and a very clear pattern of negative events and negative situations in our life. So the more identities we have, the more identities the actor has created, more pain messages. It can be from the relationship of children, it can be from the relationship of your spouse, partner, or it can be from the relationship of, boss, manager, employee, anywhere. We will see that there is constant pain message. So we have to see how many times was did I feel hurt today? How many times did I feel disappointed today? And so all those times that I felt disappointed, that I felt hurt, there is an identity that was given the message that, you drop that identity. You are not that. So the pain, the hurt, the disappointment, the stress, the anxiety, the depression, that one may experience is only due to the identity that I'm holding on to. If I let go of that identity, I realize that my true identity is full, complete, invisible, full of light, full of happiness. That is the real identity of the actor, and he has got this role to play. Then we can use all the props, we can use all the, um, everything that comes with the role, but without creating an identity. And so every time we play the role, every time we use the props with no identity, nature rewards us. So nature does both things. Wherever you have free will, but you don't create identities, the actor remains conscious and he plays his role knowing that he's the actor, then nature gives us rewards. Rewards in terms of internal richness, internal contentment, outside success, outside rewards as well, inner rewards as well. And whenever, any time that we create an identity, nature will instantly put a penalty. There will be an instant penalty. And the penalty will keep coming till we change that posture. So for example, this person, one person gets hurt, they have a leg injury, they fell down somewhere and they have an internal leg injury, and the person keeps ignoring the pain. He has a very deep wound, and he's in pain, but he keeps ignoring. What happens? The intensity of pain keeps increasing. After a few months, the pain will keep increasing. It will keep increasing. And by the time the pain has increased so much and the person goes to the doctor, he may also have to, cut his leg. The doctor may decide to cut his leg because the pain has become so severe, the wound has become, so serious that now the leg has to be removed. So same way, if the actor doesn't become conscious, if we keep on becoming more and more role conscious, more and more story conscious, so all the names that we are seeing here, Ananya, and we see here Alka, Ashwin, Kajal. So these are all stories. Story of Kajal, story of Ashwin. These are all stories. And so if the actor can step back from the story, then he becomes conscious. But if the actor constantly spends his entire time believing that he is Kajal, that he is Ashwin, then what happens is there will be pain messages. Wherever the identity of Ashwin is strong, pain messages can be from the boss. So one time what happened was, we'll use two examples here. One time we had a a sister, more like a friend. This was a friend who was coming to the center, and they had a very difficult relationship with their father. Very difficult relationship, and so she moved to another state, and she started going to a different college. She moved her college and she went to another state, different college, and there, she had a professor, exactly same as her father, giving the exactly same situations like her father. And so, she said, this man is exactly like my father. I am away from him. Somehow she finished the degree and went to work overseas, and she went to Europe and she got a job there, everything going nice. And then she said, my manager, the boss that I have, exactly like my father, but very intense. So in her life story, wherever she went, same sort of pain message, same sort of, anger issues, stress issues, same with only the labels were different, father, professor, manager, but the message was the same. The message was the same. So something, and every time that I am feeling hurt and, feeling in pain, emotional pain, we have to step back and see what's the message here. So the one who is clever enough to understand the message, what happens is that they will not get any more pain messages. As soon as you have a, a pain in the back, to make you realize that you're not sitting correctly, and you correct it, you start exercising, you do some exercises, no more pain. So the spiritual model tells us that a life completely free of pain is not only possible, it is our birthright. We don't say that, pain is part and parcel of life. Pain is part and parcel of life only when the actor is unconscious. If the actor is conscious, it is very much possible that difficult situations may come, difficult relationships may arise, difficult health challenges may arise, but to have pain, to experience pain, even in those situations, even in those difficult times, it is absolutely an option that I experience no pain, absolutely no pain. And this happens the more and more, time I create. Not the more time, but the more reminders I have throughout the day that the actor is different, and this, Ashwin, Kajal, Peter, Christine, this is different, this story is different. And so the more I start to step back from the story, very easily I will see that all those areas from where I feel emotional hurt and emotional pain, all those areas will eventually merge. Those pain messages will no longer come again and again. So if you have a difficult, time in any relationship, it's not the other person. It's not the other person is giving me sorrow. The other person is causing me pain. It is actually I, the actor, is holding on to something temporary in the drama, in the play of life, in the story of life. And so if I drop it, then there is absolutely no one in this world who can give me pain, who can cause any sort of hurt or sorrow. Yeah. So it's very simple that whenever I feel hurt or, in sorrow, it is absolutely because I have an identity there based on something in the story. Yeah. So any examples that you can think of from your own um, personal experience? Any example that's coming to your mind of where you can see that, nature is giving a pain message? Nature is constantly giving a message through pain. Any areas you can spot in your own personal life? Let's see who is actually doing the reflection. Okay, so somebody has said sibling creating confusion, yeah, relationships. Yeah. Anyone else? Okay, physical pain. Yeah, we'll talk more about emotional pain. So let's financial pain, okay? Yeah. We're talking more about emotional pain here. Can you identify where, the areas in life where I feel hurt, I feel, very much disappointed, sad. Role of, yeah, any more examples here from personal life? So as we spot this, these areas in our life, that is where there is some sort of, um, identity. As we said, we had somebody who was very proud of their job, was deeply identified with their position at work, very deeply identified. If you talk to that person in 5 minutes, you will know that he is the boss of this place and he has these many companies and he is he has worked with these many people. And so after some time, what happened was, their company shut down, their company was called close off, and everybody had to leave their position. So in real life, somebody very deeply identified with their position, what happens? Nature keeps giving messages, but we keep ignoring it. Then there's a big warning. There's not a warning, but there's a big settlement there. So the job was no more there. The position was gone. Yeah. So we have to see if we are ignoring any messages here, if we are not understanding any pain message, there will be a bigger message, and it will keep happening. So what we can do right now is to spot the areas where we have, pain messages, even at this, even today, we can check our day, So spiritually intelligent beings, any spiritually intelligent, aware, being would be very smart, very clever to identify all these areas of pain and immediately, start the process of stepping back, creating some time and stepping back from the story. So very simple. This is not a difficult thing. This is not something which is, out of this world or unnatural. Very naturally, just like an actor, removes his costume, removes the script, forgets about the script, forgets about what happened today in the scene, in the role, and he goes back to his home and he sits with his family, forgetting the role that he played today. And so the actor completely, um, comes out of the role. So here as well, the invisible actor completely comes out of the story of, Ananya, Rajan, whatever the story is. The actor comes out of it and sees this story as just another story. Yeah. And so the more we do it, any sort of identity that is there, any sort of, deep attachment that is with the story, it eventually merges. It cuts off. Yeah. So everyone ready to cut off these identities, or anyone who wants to have bigger pain messages? Yeah. Anyone who wants to ignore messages and wants to wait for a big settlement from nature? Is that a good option? Yeah. So from here, um, we can take questions if we like.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Sister Ananya. I would request Sister Smita to start the question answer session. I would request all the participants to reflect on their questions. Sister Smita, over to you.
So we understood that we are all actors playing different stories on this whole stage. And it is very much required to step back from our role and realize ourselves as the actors to free ourselves from the pain messages. It was a beautiful session, like a beautiful story, sister. I would request participants to put forward their questions by raising their e-hands, or they can put messages in the chat box. I encourage everyone to take maximum advantage of this session. Anyone? Sister, there is a question how to cut off.
How to cut off? During the day, the actor has to set some time to become conscious. So what we can do here is that 5 minutes, like one minute 5 times a day. So it's like the more reminders we give to ourselves, this is like a spiritual amnesia. Somebody has completely forgotten who they truly are. And so, somebody has had an accident and they are in the hospital. And so their family members goes there many times during the day, shows him the pictures, shows him, we are a family, you are part of this family, you are this great writer, so they constantly remind. And, listening to these reminders every day, having those reminders, slowly, this a person who has had an accident and who has completely forgotten about his life, he starts to remember. And so same way, what we do is many times during the day, as we said, we can start with 3 times, one minute, or 5 times, just for one minute, just for 60 seconds. And in those 60 seconds, we completely remind ourselves that I am not what I'm seeing here. The visible complexities in relationships, the ups and downs, the success and failure. All of this is not my true worth. My true worth is that I am an actor. I have come here for just a temporary, this is like a temporary stay, just for a short time. And I am already full. What we are saying is every role is a part, it's a small part, but the actor is whole, it is complete. So one thing to remind ourselves is that the actor is complete, the actor is full, full of joy, full of richness. Actor is very, very secured, because he has his own family, he has his own world, family of lights, a family of all actors. So all actors belong to one family. And so just knowing that, this is my family and this is who I am, and this is just a role that I'm playing. Just for 60 seconds, we become conscious. And very soon, as we become conscious, we start to enjoy everything of the role. The one who is unconscious. The big question here is the one who is role conscious. Does he actually enjoy the role? No, he is not enjoying the role. He is attached to the role. And so when you are attached to the role, you spend your life in constant subconscious expectation, subconscious, anxiety, this shouldn't go wrong, this should happen this way. And so there's subconscious stress all the time when you are very much, role conscious. And so we have to check that are we actually enjoying, because here we can see that everyone is deeply role conscious. And so we should ask ourselves, am I enjoying the role? Do I spend every second in bliss? And so if the answer is no, that means that I am, role conscious. And being role conscious means having more sorrow. And the more actor is conscious, he can enjoy the role, he can play the role so beautifully, and he will take every second of that role with, gratitude, with grace, gracefully. He will accept everything of the role in a very happy spirit. Yeah. So That's one way.
We have a e-hand. I'll unmute Shobha Pandey.
Om Shanti, Sister Ananya. Thank you very much. I joined little late. I somehow slept over. But a beautiful explanation you've given that, how will you know that you're role conscious or not? So the question which I have is, so some identities are very clear, right? Like you said, with the job or with the being a mother or a wife. But there are a lot of subtle identities as well. And I know you've explained it, but maybe if you can elaborate a bit more on that how to identify these false identities, right? So the original soul is me, the capital I, which you had drawn in one of the classes, I remember. So maybe you want to elaborate. Can you elaborate on that a bit for me?
Yeah. What happens here is that, we are talking about obvious identities. And once we remove, or, in this case, we say once we drop the obvious identities, the obvious belief systems that I am this, upfront, I am a wife, so it's it is obviously not true, factually that's not correct. So once we start coming out of the obvious, as you said, the clear identities, the subtle ones start to come, emerge, and it becomes easier to drop the subtle ones once we let go, once we go beyond. And when we say go beyond and let go, it is just clarity, clarity that when I come in this, in the field of action, I'm very clear that I'm not a mother. I'm very clear that I am an actor playing the role of a mother, and that's how I can be the perfect mother. So we have this clarity. So with this, all the subtle identities, that's when I can start working on the subtle identities and go beyond them. Once I have, I'm interested in dropping the obvious ones. If I'm not interested in dropping the obvious identities, the subtle ones, I will never know where the subtle ones are hidden. So that's the easy work. So wherever we know that, I am just thinking, in my head, it's a very natural belief that I am this, I am this, I am this position, I am this role. That's where I have to start the work. No, I don't have to wait. Let me find out this first and let me find out that first. Then I'll start. So we don't have to wait. We just start, whatever we see, we start coming beyond that. We start dropping it first in clarity, and the more you have clarity, then you in meditation, when you create that time of 5 minutes, you'll have more concentration. So the more you are clear, the more concentration we'll have. Is that clear?
There is a question. If someone is doing good at work, is it wrong to say that I am good at this work without being proud or egoistic about it? How can this really be wrong? I mean, he is meaning if how can it how is it okay to be not role conscious and be happy if it is a happy vocation or we were good at something?
Yeah. The actor is naturally very happy about every aspect of the role, every skill that the role has. So, the actor is very happy that if this role is very good with technology, and if this role is not a very good speaker, actor is happy, with every skill, with every merit that comes, and with every flaw that comes as well, actor is completely happy. He doesn't feel happy for one and embarrassed for one. He doesn't feel, this is so good, and then, this is not good. He has this constant, he comes from this place of being full. And so once you are full and you get this role, and the role has very good skills, that's also okay, very good. So my happiness is not based on those skills that I'm a very good at this job or I'm very good at. It's good, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that that's the role. So more, emphasis is on the actor being conscious, and the result of that is that you are grateful for everything that the role has to offer, whether it's skills, whether it is, not being good in some areas, you are still okay. You are happy to learn. You are happy to even step back. If the role is very good, very good in cooking, very good in management, but the situation demands that somebody else manages the job. Somebody else makes the presentation. Happy to step back, happy. So if I'm not identified with it, I will not feel that only I should be doing it, why not me? And I'm so good, and they know that I'm so good. Even then they didn't give me. So it's when you take this story as a role, then you are very happy wherever it is used, and wherever some other role is used, you're also happy for that. The actor is happy for all the roles, all the roles that are going on.
Harshmukh please unmute yourself.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Yeah.
It is, sister, so many past birth, we are role conscious. So many past birth. Now, suppose we start from this birth and from now, it will be difficult. So, any tips for shortcut?
Yeah, we very good question. And we all have a, shortcut. And the shortcut is that, as you said, we have been role conscious for many, many births, all the roles that we played in the past, we were role conscious of being a mother, being a father, then, being a good guru or whatever, So now that this role that I'm playing, all those identities that I created then, of being a good this, or of being bad at this, whatever, superiority, inferiority, all of that has transferred to this present role. And so we all have this shortcut that we don't have to go in the past, see in the past what was there, because all of those identities have naturally transferred to this role. So this, you can say that this is the sum total of all the births, all the attachments that we created in any birth, in through any role. Sum total of that is this present what is going on. So if we start the process here, if we start, very, step by step, little by little, every day with practice, drop the identities here, all the previous, whatever attachments I had, whatever, with those attachments, whatever bad karma I did, all of that gets settled here, right now. It all gets settled. So is that clear? Yeah. Great.
Someone is asking tips for appropriate decision making when we are in anxiety. But we need to take decision. It's mandatory. This one should not hurt me and others.
Yeah. So first of all, the anxiety that we have is, related, is a byproduct of some expectation. The expectation can be any expectation. Byproduct of any expectation is anxiety. And so the expectation can be nobody gets hurt in this process. Everybody is happy, whatever. So expectation means that I cannot control the outside, and yet I am trying to control the outside. It can be any expectation. Expectation that everybody should like me after this decision. Everybody should be happy with me after this decision. That's also an expectation. And so what happens is that we naturally know our focus here is in what we discussed today. Our focus here is always doing the right thing, going for the right thing rather than doing the good thing. Because whatever we consider as good can be very subjective, can be very relative. And so it is very easy to always opt for the right thing. So when you look at this decision to be made, you have to look at where you want to go. If I have to decide if I have to take the right or left, I will first need to know that where I have to go. If I have to go to the school, then I have to take the right turn. If I have to go to the hospital, I have to take the left turn. So what's the destination? Destination means not just outside, but inner. Like this morning, we had this discussion that it's more important. What is more important, to be right or to be happy? So we have that choice. So something like that. What's important is to be do the right thing than being good or trying to go for the good thing. And so make your decision based on what's your destination. And when you know what the destination is, naturally, you'll know what decision to make. And that decision can be, however it is taken by other people, and you will be confident. If you have done the right thing, if you are thinking about, in the right direction, then you're confident. And so there's nothing to fear. And we don't even have to take too much burden, on through this role. We naturally, whenever we do the right thing, everybody eventually is benefited. Everyone eventually is happy and contented through that decision. So yeah, just focus on focus on that.
Take this last question. How to deal with toxicity from a parent in a day-to-day life?
Yeah, we first of all, any sort of toxicity or any sort of behavior, extreme behavior, we first need to see that we come into self-reflection. First, our first position is absolutely any sorrow that I feel, absolutely any sadness that I experience, it is 100% due to my, attachment. It is 100% due to my identification with something temporary. And that's the basis, that's the starting position. It cannot be that I have zero identities, I have zero attachment, and somebody can hurt me. Somebody can hurt me verbally, or somebody can hurt me with their behavior. They cannot. So let us see what is, is there, can I give myself permission to come out of this story again and again, whatever the name of the story is, however the plot of the story is, whatever the storyline is, can I give myself permission to come out of it for 60 seconds? 60 seconds, can I just remind myself that this is just a story? Just like we watch, just like there is a movie, there is a story, this is just a story. And the truth is different. The truth is outside of the story. And the truth is that you, me, all the stars, all the living stars, all the actors are, abundant, are completely full. They are complete, they are full. And they have just come here to play this role, to, have fun, enjoy. Yeah. So an actor who really enjoys being an actor, he likes to, take difficult roles, difficult situations. He likes to do that. So if it's challenging, if it's difficult, first thing is, let me give myself permission just for 60 seconds to come out of that, role, come out of that story. And whatever needs to be done, will right right thing will touch, right path will open, right door will open for me to know what's the next step. But if I am stuck and I want to fix something outside, I can't do it. First, I have to free myself, and then I can fix. Then I can, bring some change outside. If that's the question. But first, I have to free myself. So the actor, is never harmed by any scene that is happening. Any role that is happening, actor is never harmed. So toxicity of parents, toxicity of this, actor is not harmed. So let me remind myself, the actor is beyond harm. So for 60 seconds, remind yourself, the actor is beyond harm. The actor is not hurt a little bit. Yeah. So when we give ourselves that permission, we will have new ideas. We will have a new perspective.
Thank you, sister. Sister, if we could have a 5-minute meditation session, how to
Sure.
do all this,
Sure.
that will be.
Sure. So So in the very first few seconds, the first few moments, we come to this realization that we are not doing a meditation here. We are not trying to experience something else. We are just turning on the light. We are just seeing things as they are. And this is very easy. This is very simple. Everyone can do it. Everyone has the natural ability to see things as they are. So 24/7, the last 24 hours, they were all part of the physical world. Everything was part of a story. Story has many twists and turns. Story is sometimes happy, sometimes tragic, sometimes comedy. There is politics in the story. There is some planning and plotting happening in the story. but the actor has the choice to become an observer and come out of the story. The actor is a tiny point of light. The actor is in the open sky of light. And in this region of light, the actor is absolutely untouched by the story. We are observers of the story. The observer is invisible. The observer is light. He has a spirit of fun, spirit of enjoyment. The observer is silently contented. Silently happy. The observer is always a winner. He is naturally victorious because nothing of the story can defeat him. Nothing of the story can harm him. And so every time I come into the story, every time I come into action, I come with this authentic confidence. I come with this lightness. And I approach the story as a story. I see all the roles here as nice roles. We are grateful for all the roles, knowing that the role is separate from me. The role is different than who I am. And with this simple understanding, simple revision of facts, I can break any I can transform absolutely any negative patterns visible in the story. Nature is here to reward the actor. Nature is here to gift the actor. Give him health, give him wealth, give him happiness. And we can do this by knowing that I am not the role, by coming into the role, knowing that it's temporary, and the role will eventually finish. It can fade away. So we play with this, we repeat these facts, we revise these facts with fun. Nothing is serious. Everything is light. Everything is fun. Om Shanti.
Om
Thank you
Shanti.
so much.
Thank you so much, Sister Ananya. Thank you so much, Sister Smita, for the coordination of questions session. I know most of them have many other questions, so I request them to write to us, to our mail ID, bbsritwing@gmail.com. Also, I would request to the participants, those who are interested to learn Raj Yoga meditation, they can visit the nearby Brahma Kumaris Meditation Center and attend the 7-day basic Raj Yoga meditation course, which is free of cost. And now, मैं अभी अनुरोध करूंगी आदरणीय राजयोगिनी ब्रह्मा कुमारी गोलाब दीदी जी, जो पटिया भुवनेश्वर जो आईटी विंग के वो अभी मुख्य संचालिका हैं और भुवनेश्वर में वो आईटी सेवा को प्रोत्साहित करते हैं। तो मैं भी उनको अनुरोध करूंगी कि वोट ऑफ थैंक्स प्रस्तुत करेंगे। आदरणीय गोलाब दीदी जी।
आज के प्रोग्राम के लिए सबसे पहले सर्वशक्तिमान, सर्व की कल्याणकारी, सर्व के रक्षक, हम सर्व आत्मा के पिता परमात्मा शिव बाबा को तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। उसके बाद हमारा आईटी विंग के चेयरपर्सन परम आदरणीय राजयोगिनी आशा दीदी जी को मैं तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। तो जिनके मार्गदर्शन में आईटी सेवाएं चल रही है। उसके बाद हमारा मधुबन के आईटी कोऑर्डिनेटर राजयोगी यशवंत भाई जी को भी तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। हमारे भुवनेश्वर सबजन के मुख्य हमारे परम आदरणीय राजयोगिनी लीना दीदी जी को दिल से धन्यवाद करती, जिनका शुभ भावना से ये सेवा चल रही है। उसके बाद आज का हमारे विशेष वक्ता आदरणीय राजयोगिनी अनन्या बहन जी को दिल से बार बार धन्यवाद करती हूँ। अपने हम सभी को आज के टॉपिक्स पर बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझाया, इसके लिए मैं बहन जी को सभी की तरफ से, मेरी तरफ से दिल से धन्यवाद देती हूँ। आपको बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। आज के प्रोग्राम में जिनका भी सहयोग रहा, सभी को बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। आप सभी जो पार्टिसिपेट जो प्रोग्राम में आज जिन्होंने जुड़े हुए हैं, चाहे जूम के माध्यम से चाहे यूट्यूब के माध्यम से, आप सभी को बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। आप सभी को बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। सभी को धन्यवाद करते हुए परमात्मा को याद में रहकर अपनी वोट ऑफ थैंक्स समाप्त करते हैं। ओम शांति, ओम शांति।
Thank you so much, Didiji. Now we wind up this session by remembering and thanking Supreme Father Almighty God Shiva. So I would request all the participants to be seated and remember the Supreme Father. Thank you, everyone. Om Shanti.
निर्मल हो जीवन अपना, हो संकल्प विमल। निर्मल हो जीवन अपना, हो संकल्प विमल। खुद को हम बदले इतना, जग ये जाए बदल। खुद को हम बदले इतना, जग ये जाए बदल। आत्म परिवर्तन करें, विश्व परिवर्तन कर दें। भला करो और जाओ भूल, भला करो और जाओ भूल। हो अपना बस यही उसूल। शूल बिछाए कोई पथ में, तो भी बिछाना हमको फूल। तो भी बिछाना हमको फूल। शुभ संकल्पों के मोती, सुख के रचे महल। शुभ संकल्पों के मोती, सुख के रचे महल। खुद को हम बदले इतना, जग ये जाए बदल। खुद को हम बदले इतना, जग ये जाए बदल। आत्म परिवर्तन कर ले, विश्व परिवर्तन। आत्म परिवर्तन कर ले, विश्व परिवर्तन कर ले। हम सुधरे, जग सुधरेगा। जग सुधरेगा। हम बदले,